shit.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Northside, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. Can you hear me? Is my connection
Yeah,
good?
you amazing. You
Awesome.
got a lot of clarity. I think I'm gonna turn these comments off for real, for real. I want them on though.
It's
Mr.
rock.
Rock. What's up with you? How you been doing?
How y'all doing?
How you been?
I'm in. This is my first interview for the new year, so like, let's go. I'm with
all
all
the
that. I want
smoke?
all the smoke. And so all the questions you want to ask, whoever want to know what they want to know, they can know it. I ain't holding back, no holds
Right.
bars.
First of all, let
So, let me know when
let the people know where you from.
North Philadelphia.
Okay. North side, they court side, of course. You know what I'm saying? How long you been doing what you do? What you telling people what you do?
All right, so basically I am a comedian / entertainer / full-time mom. Comedy is something that I naturally do. Something that I naturally been funny with. I believe is basically it's a gift more so than a talent to make people laugh and to make people feel good about anything that they're going through, whatever the case may be. They come to me, however they come, but they leaving laughing. Period.
Stress reliever, for real, for real. People need, you know what I mean, to laugh. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to interview you first out of everybody. Like, I think you're amazing. I think people need to tune in. Everybody that's tapping in, make sure y'all follow Pound Cake, make the ground shake. You know what I mean, the North Sider. Who are your inspirations coming up?
My inspirations coming up, I would have to say some of the old heads, the OGs, like Richard Pryor is one. Red Fox is one.
Even if it wasn't a comedian though.
Inspirations, even if it wasn't a comedian, I would have to say Angela Davis. I would have to say Maya Angelou. My mom. My mom is a lot, just seeing the trials and tribulations that she kind of overcame. Who else is an inspiration? My goddad, Biggie.
In your environment, I bet. Like she said, the trenches. I bet that. Yes.
So I would say a lot of my inspirations is either Black women activists, and some hip hop artists, and my mom.
Right. If you can say like anything, like what is your greatest accomplishment?
I would have to say my greatest accomplishment thus far, or in life, period. I want to say, not giving up.
I didn't expect you.
And it may sound cliche, but the only reason why I say that's my greatest accomplishment is because I had trials and tribulations that I could have just said fuck it and kind of like threw the towel in on, and I didn't. So one of my greatest accomplishments is being a mom.
That's what I knew you was going to say right there. You hear me?
Yeah, I didn't want to say that right off the bat because I knew you knew I was going to say it. But yeah, just being a full-time mom and being a support for my star player, and that's my baby, my son. He's not a baby, but he always will be my baby.
That's amazing. So that falls right into the next question. Like, what is your short-term and long-term goals?
Okay, so short-term right now is to do more of my comedy and acting. Like I'm already I'm a comedian, but I want to be a comedian.
I was actually I don't know. Was you interested in acting?
Yeah, I love acting. Acting, I always was part of like drama club. I always was part of stuff that I could be kind of like elaborate
Right.
and like extra on. So that I'm looking into, and I'm actually casting for 2 films. So that's one of my short term goals. The long term goal is to eventually have another child. To be in a position where I never have to ask anybody for anything.
That's a fact. When she's
and to be able to help people in my situation or have some type of organization where I'm strictly helping single mothers with children. That's it. Those my short term and long term goals.
Where did the origin of your name come from?
Yeah. Pound cake?
Interested in that.
Okay, so pound cake came the back to back. So my mom gave me pound cake. My mom gave me pound cake because one of her closest friends, one of her best friend's daughter, had a friend. Her name was Pound Cake. She had wound up passing, and she was a real close friend to my mom's best friend daughter, and my mom liked the name. So when she heard the name, she looked at me and was like, "That's what that you like. You short, fat, and sweet like a pound cake. You gonna carry the torch for your like." She like my god sister. So she gave me the name. I've been carrying the name ever since. What made me choose it as my comedy name, because the streets know me. A lot of people in the streets knew me as Big Sexy. I got Big Sexy tatted, and I got Pound Cake tatted too, but Big Sexy was the name that they always called me because that was the name that was given to me. I ain't get the streets gave that name to me. But I stopped using Big Sexy because it was less personal. Pound Cake was more personal because that was the name my mom decided to give to me, and it was a backstory behind it. Because if you hear a comedian named Pound Cake, it's like,
it pulls you in.
Pound Cake, it pulls you in. And not to mention, the only other person I could say that got a name related to mine is Earthquake.
Speaking of Big Sexy, are you currently in a relationship?
How is that? I am not in a relationship, although I do support and I do hold down a long-term offender. I've been holding them down for the past 5.5, 6 years. And he got life without the possibility of parole.
I respect that.
And I gave him my word, and I've known him since I was about 15 to 16. So, if anybody have a problem that I deal with in the future, they have a problem with me supporting someone that pretty much can't do anything but just be there for me to be there for them.
She already know I got a crush on her. She already know. He's like, I'm trying to get you. Like, cause she, I go to the next question. I already know your zodiac, but I gotta ask the people. That loyalty comes from you being a Scorpio, I believe. Right.
Okay. I was just turned 33. It's my pippin year. I'm only 2 months into my 33, and I'm enjoying it. It's been 33 has opened my eyes to where as though I always been stubborn to where as though I don't want to ask for help because I try to figure it out on my own. But sometimes I feel like you should just bite the bullet and act. But I just suffer from actually reaching out to people and people bragging about what they've done for me or talking about what they did for me to get brownie points. So it kind of like traumatized me from even asking for help or even trying to extend, extend their hand to receive help because of that.
Yeah. What do we say? I'm gonna say, are you a music lover? Of course you are. But if you could choose a genre, what would you choose? What's your favorite genre of music?
It's hard for me. genre. I love all music. I like rock.
So I knew that. So what's your favorite though? You have to choose one.
All right, so if I would have to say, I would have to choose the origin of all music, and I
knew you was going to say that. That's crazy. I knew that was the origin though. You just taught me something. Rhythm and blues.
Yeah, rhythm, origin of all the music that we have today. That's the mother chapter, because a lot of that stuff came from us. You know, our people, our history, making beats in the woods just so we can lead other slaves to freedom. Blues, having something to talk about, a struggle, a pain, something that you went through.
I knew you were going to
be a good interview.
That's why I wanted you to go first. That's amazing. I'm going to name some artists, and I want you got to pick one or the other, though.
No, all right. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to do groups. I'm going to do groups and artists. So I'm going to say Drew Hill or Jagged Edge.
I would have to go with Drew Hill. I love Jagged Edge, but I would have to go with Drew Hill. Baltimore. I'm
gonna say artists. I'm gonna say artists. Kanye or Drake.
Kanye. Free Yeezy.
He locked up.
No, not physically. But go ahead. That's
Blackstreet or Jodeci.
Jodeci. I love you, Blackstreet, but definitely just
Nicki or Cardi. Ooh.
Cardi.
I already know this answer. Biggie or Pop.
Biggie.
Beyonce or Rihanna.
I would have to go with, and this is just not solely off of music, off of personality.
Ooh.
I would have to go with Rihanna.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Yep. Jay-Z. I have to go with Hov. I love
Nas. You know all right. Let me see. Do you look at social media as a benefit or a nuisance?
I look at social media as a liability.
So it's a nuisance to you.
I mean, it's kind of sort of like, it's good until it ain't. I look at social media as a platform for everybody, even the people that don't need one. It's like, I like it, but it's like a bittersweet relationship, because you have nobody can get on here and be somebody and give them a life that they couldn't have without internet. So that kind of put like a fuck.
So it's a bittersweet, like everything else in life.
Yeah, like you really give a fuckboy, a person that opinion don't need to be shared. You giving somebody that can spread negative energy and negative into a place where all souls can meet. So it's like, what are you putting out? Are you putting out good energy, or are you putting out devilish energy into the earth?
No,
I don't know.
You said that was a beautiful opinion. You know what I'm saying? I needed you to like dig and shed light on that topic, because people probably don't know what they should use their platforms for. You know what I'm saying? And people look up to you, so they need to hear that. Like, you can put a lot of negative into the universe, or you can use this as a platform to do what we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather invest or save? Ooh.
I would rather invest. Because if you save, eventually, if you ain't got no more money that's a lucrative income, you're going to wind up dipping into your savings. So I feel like to invest, you got more money coming in to where though you can be comfortable enough to save.
Facts. Factoroni and cheese. Now, take it back to the comedy. Name your top 5 comedians.
My top 5 comedians would be one of my idol comedians, Monique, of course.
Me too.
Eddie Griffin.
I agree. I wouldn't have thought of that though. That was a sleeper.
Richard Pryor, Red Fox. And I would have to go with my baby, Martin Lawrence. I love Martin.
That's a mean top five.
Bernie Mac is I love Bernie Mac, Dad, but it's
it's just the question, bro. Of course, you can use your savings to invest. But I said if you had to choose one, you know what I mean? No, I was reading the comments saying, but you can use your savings to invest. Yeah, but I wanted to have to choose one. Like, if your life depended on it, what would you choose? And she said invest. Like, you would say save if I was interviewing you, but she said invest, and I would invest as well. But
yeah, I want, because if you invest, you will have some money to put into your savings.
Yeah.
They looking at it the opposite.
Yeah, one thing you could tell the youth, what would it be? Damn, that's a good job.
If I had one thing to tell the youth, I would say get therapy, because I come from an era where I hear a lot. Well, we heard a lot. Ain't shit wrong with you.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't shit wrong with you. You ain't got no bills to pay. Nothing wrong with you. But in all actuality, mental health in teenagers, when from the age, I want to say from 13 up until they may be 18 or 19. I'm going to go as far as 20, because 20 now ain't 20, 30 or 40 years ago. 20, 40 years ago was real mature. Nowadays, 20 is still like 18. So I would say, deal with your feelings how you need to deal with your feelings accordingly. Don't let nobody make you feel like you a coward or a bum because your feelings are hurt. Don't let nobody make you feel less than because you care. I feel like everybody that's youth now got to put on a persona like they Teflon. Like, you can't pierce me. I'm too tough. I'm too hard. With all actuality, I feel like a lot of the youth need love and need someone to talk to.
Mentor-disciple relationship is important. There's not enough mentors out here, and that's definitely needed for the community. You're right. Like, do you think you can be happy if you're not successful as a superstar? Like, can you live amongst your means? If you had enough money to take care of your bills and live happy, can you be happy living amongst your means? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have to be super duper successful, or can you be well off and happy still?
I honestly feel like, yeah, I could. Shit, I ain't a super duper star now, and I'm pretty much in a good space. You know, it don't take a lot for me to be happy, because happy is my responsibility anyway. So, you know, me and my baby can be on the island with a coconut tree, a boat, and a motherfucking bushel of crabs, and I'm happy because I got the most important thing with me, which is my son. And whatever's around me, I'm going to make do with whatever I need to make do with. So being happy without superstar, without being famous, without all of that shit, I feel like that would be good for me. Like, I honestly, like, yeah, that's the goal, so I can make sure my son's future is okay. But even if I don't reach that, I'm still going to be okay with Pound Cake.
That's what I wanted to hear. What was your initial thought when you became a mother?
Shit. Yeah, like it was like, damn, like because a lot of people don't know is when I first had my son, when I first conceived my son was my first time having sex. So I didn't expect, you know how they say it only takes that one time. I didn't think I would be that 1%. I that 1% to, you know, have sex and wind up getting pregnant as soon as I do have sex. So it was a shock to me, but I also was okay because I knew I had my mom quarterbacking me. So I really wasn't like scared, and I graduated high school already, so I was more so like, all right, so you got to do what you need to do, and more so like, you know, me and my mom never had the best. Me and my mom's relationship was oil and vinegar. Like, she was a Leo, I was a Scorpio, so you can imagine the lion and the scorpion back and forth. So I more so wanted to be more supportive and show more affection to my son than anything, because I didn't get a lot of affection. I got a lot of tough love. I didn't start getting affection until later on in life.
Yeah, coming from the mean streets of North Philly, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Like, you consider yourself a homebody?
Now I consider myself a homebody because I ain't got no motherfucking choice. I gotta get up for work in the morning. I got my son 24/7. But when I wasn't a homebody, let me tell you something. The streets don't owe me shit. I was out because I had a mom that I didn't have to pay her to watch my son. I didn't have to bribe her to watch my son. She wanted her grandchild. So a lot of friends envied that because they would have kids and I used to have to pay for their moms. I would have to pay their moms so they could come out with me. Because I didn't want to party by myself. So I would give the money to them, my money, to their mom, for them to watch their mom to watch their kids so they could go out and party. But I mean, shit, like I said, the streets don't owe me shit. From trap houses to speakeasies to bars, the shit out to motherfucking just a life full of careless recklessness. I survived it. So fuck it.
If you could pick any song to be your theme music, what would it be?
Wait, what? You said if I could pick any song to be my theme music, what would it be? That's so hard.
I'm going to let you pick three, because I knew you was going to say that. But I'm going to let you pick three.
All right, so first it would be Zoom by the Commodores. I know a lot of y'all are young, so y'all might not know. Zoom would be one of my songs to my team.
So that's when you walk in the door, they're going to play Zoom, and when you walk out, what they going to play?
All right, when I walk in the door, they're going to play Zoom, and when I walk out, they would have to play Jay-Z Feeling It.
All right, so in the middle, that's the third one. When you enjoy yourself in the building, what they going to play?
I would have to say,
somebody say,
Phyllis Hyman.
What'd you say?
Phyllis Hyman. You know how to love
me. They talking about she's a brick house.
She's a brick house.
Phyllis Hyman, you know how to love me.
Phyllis Hyman, yeah. I only pick those songs because those songs speak volumes to me. When I listen to them, I get moved. I move. Like, they happy songs. Zoom is 7 minutes long, I believe. But you can listen to that song and the way I love you too, bro, and the way he started off was like, one line that he do say, Lionel Richie, he was like, you may be just a foolish dreamer, but I don't care. But I know my happiness is somewhere out there. Like, is it like the words? It just really
Badass Brightman. You got to throw POUNDCAKE, make the ground shake on. Yo.
That's my song, Mill. That's the one we got to engineer. I need Philadelphia and the Doctor.
Ever hear a comedian that you said, I could do better than that?
Did I ever hear a comedian
that
I think I was better
than? It inspired you to say, yo, I got to do this because this, come on, I can do better than that.
I honestly don't know because I feel like everybody in they every comedian has a story to tell and where they at in the process. You feel me? So I don't want a comedian to hear me and be like, oh, I can do better than that by hearing me when I'm only a year in. You feel me? I want y'all to judge me off of my growth. See my growth first. See when I'm 10 years in and you want some shit like, oh, I could do better than that, then comedy not be my shit. I might have to go back into the medical field. But have I ever watched a comedian and they be like, damn, like, yeah, I need to do this. This is the shit. I would have to say Eddie Griffin. Right, Liz? I would have to say Eddie Griffin. Because watching Eddie Griffin's Dysfunctional Family.
That was the probably best stand-up documentary type joint to me.
Oh, guys. I loved it. Every minute. I still watch that shit and can laugh. So, yeah. That and watching Martin, I was like, yeah, I definitely could be a comedy, like in a comedy field, comedy actor.
What about, who would you like to work with?
I would love to work with, like I said, you know, I got to say Eddie Griffin. I would like to work with Kevin Hart, and that's basically because, you know, we from the same city. Female-wise, I would love to work with some more. You know, she's one of the legends, one of the queens of comedy. Locally wise, as far as women, I would like to work with Tata Sharice. And I have worked with Red Snapper. I would like to work with her. Red Snapper, I definitely worked with Red Snapper before. Like, we were on lineup together, but we haven't actually, like, I would love to do, like, a skit or even, like, a mini movie or something with Red Snapper.
That's dope.
And I would love to work with Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Interesting.
I think that's funny to work with Will Ferrell because he's comedy, geeky, weird, funny, and I like that.
What are the three most important qualities that you expect from a man?
Three are the loyalty, humility, and trustworthy.
Perfect. That's perfect. I couldn't say that any better.
Yeah.
About a woman. I say this.
I like the loyalty in a person. I like for a person to be humble or have some type of humble trait. And I like that you can show me that I could trust you to be you and you can trust me to be me.
Right. Yeah. What else I got?
Now my sister said effective communication.
Everything she named is going to give you effective communication, though. Like trust, loyalty and trust. You know what I'm saying? That comes with communication. Like,
hey, Henny Bull Juju. Hey, Mr. Monster Carter. I still gotta get you a drawing picture of me, baby. Then shout out to Mr. Monster Carter. Yeah. He does BBW drawings. He can draw, like, you send him a picture, he does, well, let me not put you out there like that, too, because that was something that we were talking about doing, but PM him and check his page out. Go check his page out. He does art. He does wonderful artwork. Hey, sis.
Do you think it is any limit to what a comedian should joke about?
I feel like comedians were the people that could kind of like talk about shit with no boundaries. And I feel like now with the cancel culture and all of that shit, we got to limit how we talk about it. I feel like comedians should be able to talk about whatever they want to talk about. Because to be honest with you, I feel like everybody is pussy now when it comes to how they tell a joke or how they present themselves.
Right.
Comedy is comedy. You know, if you're offended by it, then it might be too close to home for you. It might hit a nerve. But I feel like if it's in a joking sense, I feel like you shouldn't take offense to it. Now, of course, I don't expect you to sit up and talk about nobody dead relatives and stuff like that. But if we talk about politics, we're talking about, you know, that shit. Even when it comes to the kids, like, you know, I don't. If it's a joke, it's a joke. I don't expect you to sit. I know. Well, me personally, I'm not gonna go deep in on children. But if it's a small joke about something, then yeah. I mean, like I said, I feel like everybody got sensitive to, you know, telling jokes about different subjects.
What's the most influential experience that made you who you are today?
The most influential experience that made me who I am today. I would have to say dancing.
I didn't expect that.
Dancing is what made me get to the point where as though I could do anything in front of anybody because I love to dance. I would dance in front of a whole bunch of people and not give a what they say, how they say, or frown their face. I love dancing. I love feeling good when I'm dancing, listening to music, listening to where the music takes me. I feel like that got me to where as though me being comfortable with being on stage. Like again, I performed on stage in front of 75,000 people with Gilly, and I just hopped on, you know, got on stage and did what I did. I did. Now imagine me doing that, and I'm just talking to the crowd, or I'm just standing in front of people. I always, you know, had that quality about me, not giving a fuck who I'm in front of or who out there looking at me. Because you're looking at me. I'm looking at you.
Pancakes and waffles.
Waffles? I'm not a big pancake girl. I love waffles. I don't know what. I never looked at the science of that shit. Like, why do people like pancakes and waffles when they both the same mix? They're just different.
Right. But I'm more of a waffle person too, though.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's more of a texture thing. People gotta look like, why do people pick waffles over pancakes or pancakes over waffles if waffles and pancakes is the same thing, just in a different form?
Ice cream or water ice?
I would go with. I would have to go with water ice. I would have to go with water ice because I love water ice. That sour apple.
Ooh. That's like, all right, what's your favorite you gotta choose one now before I say it. What's your favorite movie of all time?
What?
You have
to
choose one. That's what make it interesting.
My favorite movie out of all time.
All right, I can let you pick three again. It's a three-piece too. It's another three-piece.
All right, so I would have to say one, A Bronx Tale. Two.
I gotta see. I don't think I've seen Claudine.
Claudine is one of the movies where James Earl Jones was real young. It's a good movie. It's a throwback movie, and the only reason why I liked it because it was one of the movies my mom introduced me to show how they lived back in like the 60s and 70s, how welfare, when you was on welfare, you couldn't have no irons, no toasters, any electrical appliances, you had to hide them. Like, you seeing how the world was different then. So that's A Bronx Tale, Claudine, and I would have to go with Menace to Society. And I only say that is because you see a lot of decisions that Kane was faced with and how he could have kind of like acted and responded different to them. But society and what he's around kind of molded him into that direction. And as soon as he wanted to change his life for the better, it was taken away.
That's a class.
Instead of waiting until we get to the end of the line and we could deviate the situation beforehand, we could possibly have a different outcome in life.
Perfect. Do you believe true love still exists? That's a no-brainer. Huh?
Definitely a no-brainer. I just feel like love definitely exists. True love definitely exists, but for the person that's meant to be your person.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I feel like one of the rarest forms of true love is loving your kid, loving your child. That's a form of true love. Because I don't gotta love you because of what you do for me. I love you because you're a part of me.
Amazing.
So I feel like that's true love.
I agree.
I do believe in true love.
How you feel about my questions?
I like your questions. You really touched it. Bro, you really did. This is my first interview for the year, and it's like, hey, brother, Killer Goon Gang in the building. Shout out
to Renegades.
I really, Renegade, yes. I really do like your questions. You really answer some good ass questions.
That's the unconditional kind of love, exactly, bro. For sure. I was about to just ask you about like who are the who in your life and in your business, who was your biggest mentors? I think they just came in the room.
Oh well, that's no question. Chris Kennedy. Chris Kennedy is the one who discovered me. Chris Kennedy is the one who gave me a position to be on stages and put me in different stages across the state. Chris Kennedy is the one that seen in me what others kind of passed up on and wouldn't take a chance on. So I would say my brother Chris Kennedy. Shout out to Chris Kennedy. That's
undeniable.
Big brother. He's my mentor.
Undeniable comedy.
Yeah, I feel like he don't get half the accolades he should be getting as far as when it comes to the street comedy, when it comes to actually being in the streets, like with the people. You know, a lot of people could kind of say they want to do this and want to do that, but he be like knee deep in the trenches alongside the rejects. And when I say rejects, I'm talking about killers, drug dealers, and beyond. You know, the outlaws, people that motherfuckers won't even, be in the same place with. He's not scared to, lace up his boots and go to those places. So I fuck with that because anywhere I go, I want to go to the trenches first.
That's a fact.
That's just me. Because if the people that struggle the most fuck with you,
right,
I can fuck with it.
So if I say that goes right to the next question about your top 5 comedians in Philadelphia. Who your top 5?
Okay. So you want me to name them?
Yeah, top in Philadelphia. Before we just said top 5 comedians of all.
Oh, okay. So in Philadelphia,
like on the internet wave right now, like up to date.
Well, I really, to be honest with you, as far as the internet.
All right, so just give me a period then, in general.
All right, so I would have to say I do like the boy Funny Jack. He's from Detroit.
Yeah,
I think
I'm asking you about Philly, like Philly comedians. Kevin Hart, you told me Kevin already, and you told me Chris. So we got 3 more left for real.
All right, so Philly comedians, my brother's on that top list. Chris, I want to say Kobe Jack. Kobe Jack is funny. I want to say, let's see. I already said Tata Sheree.
That's a fact.
I believe she's the boy Tiz 215. I think he's funny. He's like Comedy Central, like TV show funny, sitcom funny. He's definitely funny. Marley
Yes,
Cobain. Bro, he did. Like, I like Marley Cobain because I've seen when he started and where he's at now. And I've seen the growth. You feel like a lot of motherfuckers used to try to play or clown Marley, but when he was really being funny and really doing him, he wasn't afraid to be him. He wasn't afraid different. He wasn't afraid to represent what he liked, and that's big women. You know, motherfuckers would clown you about that, but he openly, was openly happy about that shit. That's what I loved about it. And his 30. You feel what I'm saying? I fucked with Marley Cobain. Definitely is a funny guy.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah, you did. You did. You did a great job.
All right.
What you got? Any shows up and coming, or?
So right now, I got casted for 2 films. I just did. I'm still filming for one of them. I got another film date coming up, but I'm trying to get these films out the way. And as soon as I get the films out the way, my manager, he got a tour coming along. You know, Erie, PA. One of my brothers on here, he's part of my road manager, Skilo. He basically handles Erie Dreams. That's one of the production LLCs out there that we tied to. We do like stuff out there like Erie, PA, Johnstown, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, all up and down the PA area. I like that. Supposed to be going out back out Oklahoma. I had a chance to meet with one of the female comedians, Ray Diva, Baltimore's finest. Like, yeah, Ray Diva. We supposed to be linking up so I could try to get out to Baltimore. I want to get familiar with the DMV area. I want to get familiar with them.
What places have you been in the U.S.?
Well, yes. So it's been a couple: PA, DA, NJ.
Right.
I'm trying to go further outside of the U.S.
What's your top 3 states that you want to visit that you've never been to? No, states
Italy?
in the U.S. I'm gonna ask you out of the country next.
Because I definitely want to go the fuck out the country. My mind is out Italy, like. So I want to go to Cali. I definitely want to go to, and that's easy for me because my brother be out there. Cali,
right.
New Orleans, and I would have to say Texas.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah, Cali.
I've never been to Houston, and I've never been to Chicago before. No.
Oh, Chicago. I've never been there neither, but I want to go to a nice part. That's the only place I don't mind not being in the trenches.
So what's your dream out of the country trips? 3. Italy, number 1. 3. I want to go to
Tokyo
Japan for sure.
And I will have to say my last one will be Iceland.
Iceland, huh?
Iceland, where the quote unquote the original Vikings settled. Iceland has a 2% crime rate. Iceland has streams of water where though you could drink with your hands from your drink pure water from the rivers. Is low crime. Everybody is pretty much stoners. It's just a chill vibe. I would love to go to Iceland. Georgia, I wouldn't mind.
I love
Georgia
Atlanta.
but
I stay out of Atlanta all the time. That's easy.
Yeah, I would actually shout out to Lucy. Look, Lucy, she's a comedian out in Atlanta that she supposed to be trying to tap in with me too to get out Atlanta. I would love to get out Atlanta as well.
Right. Why not? You know what I mean? We're trying to do as much traveling as possible.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Definitely love
sure.
Network.
So, are you interested in, like, if it's not rapping serious, if it's not rapping seriously, do you do comedian rap, or would you do both? Right.
I would actually do both. I like I said, I always say, R&B is my husband, but my side joint is rap. I love rap because it's a different way you can express yourself, and I'm talking about rap. I'm not talking about the shit that exists now. I'm talking about like rap DVDs, rap.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, raps. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like Yo MTV rap type rap. Chigga in the basement, Rap City in the basement rap. Old State, Old Diplomat, all of that shit. I like that kind of rap. I don't really like today's rap. I listen to it because it's basically a whole bunch of shit on a hot beat. A whole bunch of shit on a hot beat.
This question I'm about to ask you. Your top 5 rappers from Philadelphia.
Okay, so I would have to say, of all times. Sheesh. All right, so who I would just have to say who I listen to a lot. So that would be.
I know.
This is hard.
I know.
So, I would have to say my man Osama. That's Ryder. I like the young boy Leaf Ward.
You definitely gonna be up to date.
Yeah. He's not with us no more, but I did like the boy General Reezy. And my last one, I would have to say P-Dot, Philly P-Dot.
Yeah.
And Philly P-Dot is one of the guys that I know personally, and I watched his progression after he came home from doing a 5-year bid. Like, he's still at it. Music is everything. I love his fucking music. A lot of his songs is relatable. And that's my game.
That's love. It's all love. Like, what do you think about like, are you familiar with battle rap?
Am I familiar with battle rap? I'm only familiar with battle rap because a lot of the underground rappers that I watched growing up on DVDs actually did the battle rapping. I'm not too familiar, but I know a couple names that stick out to me. So these are just names that I've heard that I kind of into. So Hop, of course, Gas Gang Hop. What's his name? It's something K Walker. Who else did I hear? These guys that I heard is not from Philly, but I think his name is Lux.
Loaded Lux, for sure.
The one that talked, he got a list. I think he talked so far.
All of them are fire.
Who else? I've heard of the guy the
Bill
Collector. I heard of him. I've heard a couple of his songs. Or battle.
We actually got a legendary battle together, Bill. That's my young boy.
Who else?
Shout out Bill Collector. Marcel's this year.
Oh,
yeah.
I like Clips.
Charlie Clips.
I like Charlie Clips and the fat white guy. I don't know his name.
Fat white guy. Who was that?
He's fat white guy with a beard.
Iron Solomon?
I don't know, but I seen the battle when I thought he was
I don't know. I gotta see who that is. I'm gonna find out. Look at my young boy Brightlin. Say hi, Brightlin.
Look at Brightlin looks spooky and exotic at the same time.
He's off the hook. This is it.
It's right here in my bag. So yeah, that's it. That's the battle rap. It's the far as I can go. I know it's some more battle rap guys, but I
your top 5 was nice. That was a nice. You ain't say that was your top 5, just who you're aware of. You aware of everybody, like they relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Cause I know I seen a couple battles from Hot, and I know Hot personally, but just before he even got into the battle rap shit, I used to sit out in the corner and we be out there chilling on the block in the summertime, and he'd be spitting. I'm like, damn, what? All right.
Yo, that's amazing. How about your favorite? Your top, what? I'm gonna say top 3 female singers.
Top 3 female singers. I would have to go with Anita Baker, Phyllis Hyman, and
you said Anita Baker, Phyllis Hyman.
And I would have to go with Gladys Knight.
Right. Whitney was amazing. I went to see the movie.
Yeah, Whitney, I love Whitney Houston, but the only reason her music is without a shadow of a doubt the bomb. But the 3 women I named, I personally like. They personable to me because these are the women that I heard over.
I agree. I love all those voices you named. That's why I asked the question, because everybody gonna have their own personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, always there. That's the best thing about these interviews. Everybody will have a different perspective. That's why I want to do these joints, keep these joints consistent, because like everybody need to know that everybody count. You know what I'm saying? Everybody opinion count. Everybody that's doing their thing, they count. Instead of us competing so much, because it's about competition, but it's about respect too. You know what I'm saying? People can get caught up in competition, they forget to respect each other. Like, just because we compete, don't mean that we can't show each other love and give people their flowers while they're still here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. How about that? So no, that's real.
That's why I want to do these interviews. Take the spotlight off of Philadelphia Gates, the rapper, and get them to know who I am as a person. So it's going to be real interesting to see the people that I pick, the interview. You know what I mean? They don't know who I am. You know, I know a lot of people know me. So I will come from a lot of different angles on the people I interview. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to expect the people I interview. So POUNDCAKE started it off perfectly. Beginning of the year, I'm doing 3 interviews a year. 3 interviews a month. 2 women and 1 male. Feel me?
Okay.
He was the first female. And look, we got 28 seconds left. That was right on time. See, I planned it perfectly. I'm a genius, man. Philadelphia Gates, East Coast half down for the back block, Philadelphia mascot. We with POUNDCAKE, make the ground shake. North side, they court side. Solid D, church, yard. Follow everybody.